we'll start in college football. That was probably a little off words. On Monday, October 24th, it is reported that James Franklin said there should be a policy in place to keep teams from going at it in the Michigan tunnel at halftime. Franklin said all there has to be is a 2-minute or a 1-minute buffer in between the two teams. This team is in before that team gets close, and however we want to do it, but we're not the first team that's had issues like that. Harbaugh says, like you saw pretty clearly, that, quote, Penn State players, quote, completely stopped. They weren't letting us get up to the tunnel, Harbaugh said Monday. And it just seemed like such a sophomoric ploy to try to keep us out of our locker rooms. And Franklin looked like he was the ringleader of the whole thing.
We're only going to talk about Monday.
Okay.
I will go first.
Okay, Jim, you first.
James Franklin. What a brilliant point, James Franklin. Thank you for saying that, James Franklin. Harbaugh, what exactly led you to believe that James Franklin was leading that? Because you can say that it looked like he was doing it, but I know you're not going to give the details. You're just going to point fingers at the head coach of the other team, as you have a history of doing. And you're not going to say whether the tunnel is an issue or not. You just want to point fingers at the other side.
Muff?
If this continues to find its way into quick thoughts from the person who's putting it in here, and this does not result in some type of grand policy or some super cool fist fight in the game, if that does not occur this year, then I refuse to ever talk about this issue into the future.
It's not.
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you as a follow-up.
Point of clarification. Point of clarification. The game
Jim,
Ohio State.
Muff wasn't done talking.
The game's at Ohio State.
Jim, Muff wasn't done talking.
If this doesn't lead into an issue of the game next year, then I never want to talk about this ever again.
Fine.
Okay, Jim, do you have another point you'd like to make?
Nope. I just wanted to clarify with Muff. This can't happen at Michigan Tunnels this year.
Yes, it can.
Right.
It has.
All right, next
Not
topic.
with Ohio State.
Next topic.
No.
The same freaking topic. Next topic. No, I'm just kidding.
This is why I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Michigan is investigating what Jim Harbaugh is calling an assault that happened on players in the tunnel after the versus Michigan State game. Video on social media from the Detroit News showed Michigan State players gathered around Michigan defensive back Jaden McBurrows throwing punches and kicks. Did the tunnel backfire on Michigan? Muff?
The tunnel. They both go in the same spot. It's an issue. We know it's an issue. Big Ten, Kevin Warren, step in, do something about it. End of story. Bye.
Jim, any comments?
I sent you guys the video of that Michigan player.
I saw it.
Hopping around, looking like he was stirring shit.
Causing a problem. I'll give you that. The video looked like he was causing a problem.
I contend again, this is a Michigan baiting other teams to stir shit.
Well, we'd have to have two topics to do this.
All right.
Because on Monday, there was call for reason, and on Saturday, all hell breaks loose, and now we have to do an investigation. Jimmy Harbaugh didn't have a problem on Monday. Well, now you got a problem because your players got their shit kicked in.